Lesson 40. How to make sentences in American English. A simple sentence has a subject and a verb. The subject is a noun or pronoun which does or performs the action described by the verb. The verb expresses or describes the action. For example, she runs is a simple sentence. It has a subject, she, and a verb, runs. The thought behind she runs can be expanded or developed further. She runs home. Now we have a subject, she, a verb, runs, and an object, home. The object gives us information about what the subject and verb are talking about. She runs where? Home. She runs why? She is going home. Boys play. Boys is the subject and play is the verb. Boys play soccer. Now we have a subject, boys, a verb, play, and an object, soccer. Teenage boys play soccer. Teenage is an adjective. An adjective describes or tells us something about a noun or pronoun. The adjective goes before the noun or pronoun. It gives us information about the noun or pronoun. If we didn't have the picture, we wouldn't know if the boys were 5 years old or if the sentence was talking about men in their 20s. The adjective teenage tells us the boys are in their teens. We can even add more information by adding an adverb. An adverb gives us information about a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. The same way an adjective gives us information about a noun or pronoun. Teenage boys happily play soccer. Now, how did the teenage boys play? Happily. So we now know something about how they play. They happily play. An adverb can go almost anywhere. It can be the first word in a sentence. Happily, teenage boys play soccer. It can go before the verb as in the original sentence above. It can go at the end of the sentence. Teenage boys play soccer happily. It cannot go in front of the object. Teenage boys play happily soccer. No, no, no. This is because when an adverb is placed at the beginning or end of a sentence, it is referring to the entire sentence. But when we put it in front of a noun or pronoun, it looks like it is referring to the noun or pronoun. And of course, adverbs can only modify verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs. Most adverbs end in ly. like happily. We could have written angrily, thoughtfully, or used many different adverbs depending what we wanted to say about how they played. If we didn't have the picture, we wouldn't know where they played. Were they playing soccer on a soccer field or in the street? Teenage boys play soccer in a grassy field. Now we have a general idea where they play. Teenage boys play soccer in a grassy field. Grassy is an adjective which tells us something about the noun field. There is a lot of grass on the field. In is a preposition. In is either a short word for inside, meaning inside something like a box or a building. It is also a general term meaning somewhere within. In this sentence, it means within the field. Since the field location is not identified, we use the general term in. A is an article, and it is placed before a noun or pronoun which is singular, and the noun or pronoun must begin with a consonant sound. Also, the noun or pronoun cannot be specific or of importance for us to use the article a. Field is a general noun and of no importance. It starts with a consonant sound and is singular. If the field was behind the boys' houses, we could write, teenage boys happily play soccer on a field behind their houses. The preposition on is a more specific location than simply a field. On means a named location, such as behind their houses. If the field had a name, like Boys Field, we would write, teenage boys happily play soccer at Boys Field. The preposition at is used when the location is specific. The or the is another article in American English. The is used before plural nouns and pronouns and before specific, special, or important nouns and pronouns. Boys is a plural noun. So, the teenage boys happily play soccer in a field is a correct sentence because boys is a plural noun. I would like to take a moment to point out that there are 3 articles in American English. The third article is an. And, like a, is used before singular nouns or pronouns, which are not specific or important, but is placed in front of nouns and pronouns, which start with a vowel sound, like an elephant or an apple, and not a consonant sound as in the noun field. Now here's your job. Pause this video and explain to yourself why the following sentences are correct. I know there is a lot of information in this video, so feel free to review this lesson as many times as is necessary. And thank you for watching and listening.